Hello, all you coin aficionados out there, and welcome to DC Coin World International Coin Channel. Today we have the famous American Buffalo nickel, the 5-cent coin from the United States that was made from 1913 to 1938. And we know why it was called a Buffalo nickel, and that's because it has a buffalo or American bison on the back. And you can kind of see him standing up here. Across the top, it says United States of America. If we blow it up just a little bit here, we see it says E pluribus unum right there behind the hump. We can see the buffalo with head, tail, the legs coming down into the kind of the prairie here. 5 cents written out on the bottom. Now these have a smooth edge, and when we get to the other side, you can see, maybe perhaps understand why I consider this maybe the most magnificent of all the American nickel coins, and maybe the most magnificent of all the American coins. It is also in the United States sometimes called an Indian head nickel. Um, and this has a profile of an American, a Native American, facing to the right. And this is supposed to be uh, a kind of a conglomeration or composite profile where they put a number of Indian chiefs together. And this profile is that it's of Iron Tail, who was an Oglala Sioux, Two Moons, who was a Cheyenne, and Big Tree, who was from the Kiowa tribe. And they kind of took some of all of their features and put them together. You can see the braid coming down here. You can see the feathers, just this kind of noble look to the face. And over here you can see the date. And this one is 1937, so this is the last major year of production for this. In 1937, they made 79.5 million of these at the Philadelphia Mint, and 17, almost 18 million at the Denver Mint, and 5.5 million at the Sacramento Mint. So between the three mints, they made about 100 and almost 100 million of them. So when we look at it kind of specifically down here, you can see why these, you might be able to actually understand why they changed these nickels. These nickels dates wore off very quickly for a regular coin that you want to keep in circulation. So they are a copper nickel coin. They weigh 5 grams. They are 21.2 millimeters in diameter and 1.95 millimeters in thickness. These engravings here, both the front and the back, are engravings from James Earl Fraser, Fraser. And if you're looking for a mint mark on these, where you need to look is right down here between the 5 and cents. So right in the middle, that's where the mint mark would be. And so it could be a D or it could be an S. And if you have one that's like this one, which doesn't have a mint mark, that means it came from Philadelphia, because of course this was in the days that Philadelphia was not putting mint marks on their nickel coins. Now, what did they do next? So I said that this was near the end of their run. They made these one more year. In 1938, they made about 7 million of the Denver Mint coins, and following almost 100 million the year before. And so when we look at collectability, these ones you see very, very frequently, the 37s, but you don't see the 38Ds very much. And then also on the 38D, they actually put a D over an S down here. And so those are very, very, very valuable coins. If you can find a 1938 uh, Indian head or buffalo nickel, this however you want to label this, then and find the mint mark down here, sometimes you'll find a D that was put over the top of an S, and those are extremely valuable. Okay, um, what did they go to next? Well, next, after this coin in 1938, they stopped making this coin. They made about 7 million at Denver, and they started making this coin. Now we have this 39 version, but in 1938, this coin came out, the so-called Jefferson Nickel, and it says over here, "In God We Trust." Over here, Liberty, 1939, and you'll notice that it has Monticello on the back, which was Jefferson's home. E pluribus unum, 5 cents here in United States of America. So we have a lot of differences on what it says. They both say E pluribus unum. They both say United States of America. They both say 5 cents. But what they don't say is they both say liberty, but it isn't until 1938 that this nickel came out and says, "In God We Trust." So that's all we have today from the DC Coin World International Coin Channel. We'd love to have you put some comments in the comments section and subscribe to our channel if you like these type of videos.